Hey peeps, welcome back. So I'm making a very long overdue video today because I've just been a little bit too lax on updating all my new plant additions. So you probably got the idea from the image I used on the title for this video, but yeah, I've gained a lot. And I've shared some, but I certainly haven't shared them all. So why not take the opportunity to do a collective plant haul video? Because, you know, everyone loves seeing new plants and it fuels their addiction just a little bit if you're on a no-buy. But I always find no-buy policies just, yeah, they don't work. Because, funny story, I actually got rid of, I think 15 plants a couple of weeks back, and I've given some orchids away and rehomed them here and there, the ones that were strong enough to survive regular treatment, to make place for some new rescues. But suddenly from about 50-ish I've gained like 10 more, and either I buy them or they just find their way to me. What can I say? Yeah. But I have more plants now. So without further ado, let's get started. So where to begin? Where to begin? Because yeah, you know what? I'm going to start with this guy here because he's my very first Christmas cactus, and as you can see, he's nothing but a few cuttings, but you can see all that new growth there. That's the lighter green. That's the new life. It means it's rooted, it's doing well, it's happy. So I'm very excited about this guy because it came from one of my work clients, and she has 3 absolutely crazy huge Christmas cactuses, and she says they're, sorry, cacti, Christmas cacti. And they're like over 50 years old. They came from her mother, apparently. So I'll insert a couple of pictures that I've taken of those ones, but that's where this one came from. And she gave me a cutting, and it's kind of cool that I'm letting such an old plant live on. So I'm quite excited to do something with this guy. And he's the traditional Christmas one, because you can see there he's got more scalloped edges than the spiky one, which is like the Thanksgiving and the Easter cactus. But yeah, I think he's pretty, and he has pink flowers. So I'll have to keep you guys up to date from time to time with this one's progress. So he's cute. Yeah, I think I'll start with the cuttings actually, because I've actually got quite a few cuttings. So another one is this. It's a Ripsalis or a mistletoe cactus. And again, I've just kind of plonked in some stalks and stems here, mainly because I wanted to show you the progress of how these guys go. Now, I've taken some cuttings in my big stone pot planter, from when I done the Pimp My Planter video for Hannah, and I'll link that one below if you want to go and see that. And I also have cuttings I've had for, I think, about 15-16 months now that I took last year, and they've also done well. But these are pretty slow growers, so although the ones I have upstairs are doing very well, they're still not all that impressive looking. They're still quite small, but I'll make another video on those to update you. But just as a first glance, this is what a pot of starter Ripsalis looks like, and it's already, I don't know if you can see that there. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. You can see right there 2 little prongs. So it's already rooted, at least that piece has, and it's already starting to grow. So watch this space for updates. Might take a while, but I'll update you nonetheless. Let's see. Now, I got some Fitonias. Now, you might not realise it by looking at this pathetic little stalk here, but this is actually a pink and black Fittonia. Now, why is it in this sorry state? Another work client, she bought a Fittonia, she had no idea what she was doing with it, and it went through the Fittonia flop, and I don't know much about these plants, but I went away and did some research, and as she was throwing the pot out, I took what I could salvage, which was this small little piece here. And just for the lols, I wanted to see if I could revive it, because I went and done a little bit of research on them. So far so good, because you can see there it's still green, it's not gone mushy, it's still alive, there's just no leaves. And I've just been keeping it in this little, oh, I dropped it, this little glass jar here with some clay pebbles at the bottom, and every so often I just put a little tiny bit of water there to keep the humidity up. So it's kind of like a makeshift terrarium type thing. So hopefully I rescue this guy, and again I will keep you updated. And this came from the same client. Now it's a different colour. It does actually have leaves, but it's the pink and green one. It's not looking so happy at the moment because it's propagating. I hope it propagates anyway. And I just wanted to see if I could propagate it. It's been about, I would say, 2 weeks, and it's still green, and I've been misting it and keeping it moist, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yes, this one here. Now, I think this is a kind of sedum, but I'm not quite sure what this is, because I went to a garden centre yesterday and I bought a very amazing plant, which I'll show you in a little bit. And this is one that I found a little bit of cutting off that ended up in the trolley. So I noticed he had some roots on the little stalk, so I thought, well, I'll put him up in here and see what happens. But he's very small, but if anyone can tell what that is, an ID would be appreciated. But if he does grow, I'll do an update. Maybe I can get an ID when he's a bit bigger. But there we go. And the other piece to him is in the stone pot plant. So I've got a piece in here and a piece in there, and hopefully something comes of that. Now, a larger cutting I got is a different kind of Sansevieria. Now I've got the cylindrica one upstairs. But again, he's not a new addition. I've had him for, again, over a year. But he's done some growing, and I'll do another update when I do a Sansevieria video. But I have this guy here, which is just the typical coloured one that you see everywhere. And he's just one piece with a little bit of roots, and he's got a little bit of a new leaf starting to poke out there. So these are fairly slowish growers, so yeah, we'll see what happens with him, but I think he'll live. They're near on impossible to kill. And then we've got these guys here. Now, technically not a cutting, it's an aloe, but you can see straight away they're very wobbly and loose. Now, I bought these from the local supermarket, but their roots were just rotted to hell because they were completely overwatered. So you can see here there's not much on both of them in ways of roots, so I've kind of got them stuck into this pot here and keeping them dry and giving them a mist every so often to help encourage new root growth. So I hope I don't lose those because I did actually pay like I think €2 for that, but if I do lose them, then it's no real big loss. It's just a shame because I actually like that. It's really pretty. So if they don't die, I will keep you posted on those. Now I was going to probably save the best till last, but they're cuttings and I'm very excited about them. So why not? Hang on. These are very special. Oh God, this one's heavy. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh yeah, I got myself some variegated Monstera cuttings, and as you can see, they're just leaves. Now, when I saw, I'm just going to leave it here so it looks like I'm in the jungle. There we go. So when I got these, when I saw that big variegated Monstera artwork that I made a video again, I'll link it below if you want to see that. It just took my breath away, and I wanted one. So I unfortunately wasn't allowed to take cuttings from the big one because, yeah, it's a new plant, it's their pride and joy. I'm not going to ask them to mutilate it. But I scoured the Facebook marketplace and I found someone selling some cuttings. And because they were just a leaf with a small bit of aerial root, and this one actually had a longer aerial root, he sold me the two for €15. So a little bit expensive, just a little bit, but I have them and I'm soil propagating them at the moment. Now I've had them for I think almost 2 months now, and they're still green. They haven't flopped over, so I'm hoping they have rooted. But again, I will keep you updated on these guys because I'm very excited and I hope I don't lose them. But I kind of wish I water propagated them so I could see the roots, and I'm very tempted to just dig in the soil and have a peek, but I don't want to disturb any roots in case they have started to pop out, but they're still green, so that's a good sign. So hopefully these guys will grow new plants, so we'll see. Let's put those over here. Now on to, well, hang on, there's one more, because this is also a cutting, and this was again a gift that I got from someone from work, and it's an Ionium cutting. He's just in there. He had roots, so he's not propagating, but he's small. He's got a lot of growing to do, but yeah. Oh, there you go, the crystal fell. So again, I hope he does well, and all going well. I'll have something to update you guys on with this guy. What else? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the shop bought ones now. So I told you I had so many. I had, yeah, I've really been lax on this. Oh no, wait, this isn't a shop bought one, but it was also a gift. So I'm not quite sure what this guy is, but he's cool. He's cool. So if anyone knows the ID for this, that would be much appreciated. And I've had him for now, I think about 7 months. Yeah, I've really been lax. I'm sorry, guys. So this guy I've had for about 7 months, and you can see here he's grown from about here to here, this thin one. So he's kind of a little bit etiolated, but I don't know, he kind of still looks cool. So I'm happy with that. I'm very intrigued to know what this one is. So if anyone does know, please let me know. Okay, so seeing as I've already covered petunias, look how gorgeous this guy is. He's a very variegated one. Now I don't know if it's because these leaves are new, but the bottom leaves seem to be more nerve patterned and more predominantly green, but he was very special and jumped out at me. So I've got myself a little Fetonia plant that's not a gimpy little cutting, and I hope I managed to keep him looking beautiful because, I don't know, I'm not really one for the super leafy plants, but some of them are just, I don't know, they're just really pretty. So, and then I've got, yeah, what plant collection is complete without a spider plant? And I got this guy because he was just so cute. He was like €1.50, so he was super cheap as well. He's in like one of these tiny little pots, and I've had him for about a month now, so he's doing happy. And I noticed that he's got a new shoot growing right there, and also a tiny little green shoot right there that you can see that's covered in a little bit of dirt. I don't know if it's very clear on the camera or not, but he's grown new plantlets in the side, and I'm very excited to have a spider plant, especially when he gets bigger, because then they get like quite bushy and leafy, and they make a nice little plant to go on one of those plant stands or on a corner shelf or something that trails down. So quite happy I got him. And I'll have to do a care video when he gets older and I get the hang of him a bit, but I'm learning, so I'm not going to make a how-to video until I know for sure. So I don't want to spread bullshit and all that stuff. Because when I look back on my old orchid videos, I never claimed to be an expert. I was still learning as I was going, and there was a lot of mistakes I made, especially using that terrible, terrible medium. But I've learned a lot. And they're always fun to go and look back on and facepalm a little bit because, oh God, so much cringy mistakes. But I'm making up for that in my new videos, and I hope you can all forgive me for that. But I digress, moving on. So I have my 2 pilea plants, which I'll also have to give you an update on because they've done quite a bit of growing since I made the last update video on them. Probably see in the background there, that's one of them. So you can see he's a lot larger than the tiny little pups that I've got. But again, when I was in the shop with the spider plant, I got this guy. It's a smaller pilea because my bigger ones, they're not giving off pups. So I was getting a bit concerned about that. Maybe they're a little bit too young. I don't know. But this one was cheap. It was like, again, under €2, and it had, let's see if I can get it in the camera there. There's one pup. And where's the other one? Oh yeah, the other one is here. But he's kind of gimpy and only has 1 leaf at the moment. But he's still alive, and I think there's a new one sprouting there, but I don't think the camera is picking that up. So my pileas were about this size when I got them. Maybe a little bit smaller, because there's a lot of new growth coming through on this, and they didn't have the pups on them. But I also wanted to try keeping him in this pot, well, this gravy boat here, which doesn't have any drainage, but I wanted to do a test and see how he did in a non-drainage pot, because it does actually make quite a cute planter for the pilea. And so far he's doing well, because he's been in here for about a month, and he's growing new leaves, and I water him sparingly, and he seems to be happy. So far so good in the non-drainage pots. But I've put a layer of pebbles and gravel at the bottom, so the roots don't get too soggy and stuff, and I don't overwater it. But yeah, there you go. That's my pilea 3, 4, and 5 if you count the babies there. So really cute. And then I have another Sansevieria here, which I keep in this very funky new pot that I bought yesterday. Isn't that cute? Love it. But anyway, so I got this Sansevieria from my local supermarket, and it's the one with the yellow border. So it's got the similar pattern as the other one, but just the yellow edge. And since I've had this, which is about 3 months now, he's grown this baby here, which is making the pot really stretch out, you can see, and this baby here. So it's growing too, and this one in the middle here, because it had some damaged leaves, has actually sprouted out from the middle of the plant. So he's doing really well. And like I said, I'm going to do a Sansevieria video because I have a pot that's just a little bit bigger than this one, and I want to give him a little bit more room before he breaks this pot. So yeah, I'll make a video soon about that. Yeah, okay, technically it's a cutting. It's a cutting, but it's still new. I forgot to include this in my cutting section, but this is my Maidenhair's vine. Couple of rooted cuttings that I got, and yeah, he's doing okay. I'm keeping him as a houseplant, but you can have him outside, but I wanted to try and keep him inside because when they get bushy they look really pretty. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. And yeah, all I know is water regularly, don't let him sit too dry, and mist every so often. So that's how I've been keeping him. And I've had him for, again, about a month, and you can see that there's some nice new growth there, so he's doing well. Okay, I'm going to save my biggest one until last, but this one is so cool. Yeah, I'm going to move some of these pots because I've kind of been moving them from one side to the other, and now I'm running out of space. So this one, and I bought this pot yesterday as well, but it's so cool. But look, I got a Hindu rope plant, and this pot is really cool. I'll have to, let's just dismember him a bit. So I'll show you the pot and the plant separately. So this is my Hindu rope. I'm very happy. I bought him yesterday, and he's been on my wish list for a very long time. Now, because they really clearly overwatered it, I did an emergency repot yesterday, but I didn't grab the camera. My bad, guys, my bad. But when it's time to propagate him, I will let you know. And once I got the care routine down for this guy again, I will do a how to care for this plant video. But I'm still learning at the moment because this is my first Hoya, my Hoya carnosa compactor. That's it, or the Hindu rope plant, and you can get it in this traditional green colour, or if you're lucky you can find it in the variegated form, but they didn't have the variegated form, but I don't care. I don't care. If I find the variegated form, I'll get it, of course, but I finally have my first Hoya, and it's the Hindu rope one, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I really am. And this pot is the one that I bought yesterday. It was a little find, by the way. I love the little, but he's so cute. Look, he's got a little arm with a watering can, a little arm with a little hoe. He has some feet, so it's a raised pot, which made him perfect for the Hindu rope to just sit in and trail a little bit on the tabletop, because I don't have anywhere to hang, and I don't really have any high shelves at the moment, so hanging plants aren't really that ideal for me. But I saw him and I had to have him, and the pot works, so. And that's what he looks like in his pot. I'll take a picture and put some pictures at the end of the video so you can see. But there he is. And last but not least, I think I'm going to have to flip the camera around for this, because he's quite a big plant. It's quite awkward for me to lift and show you. It's easier for me to bring the camera to. Oh yeah, a giant aloe vera. Oh, isn't he gorgeous? So I've had him for about 3 months, and he's been doing really well, and I'm super thrilled with him because he's a slightly different, he's the one that grows really huge and in a rosette as opposed to the other aloe vera I have. But one thing I noticed this morning which made me really happy, yeah, you're seeing it, he's giving off his first pup, so I'm clearly doing a good job with him, and I'm really excited that he's giving off a pup, because I really want a crowded aloe vera pot like this. I want to make a giant display of it someday, maybe when I have more space in the new house, whatever. But yeah, he's gorgeous. I'm so happy with him. Really happy with him. And look, now that I've got it this size, you can actually see the Hoya in the slightly raised pot. You can see that's absolutely perfect. I love how it looks. It's so cute. But yeah, on that note, peeps, that concludes the plant tour. Well, the new plant haul, I should say. I'll have to do a plant tour video at some point now that you're up to date with my new additions, and I'll also update you on the orchids, because they have they've really done a lot of growing and recovering, so it's time to update before their growing seasons kicks in. So, on that note, peeps, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. As always, it's much appreciated. Much love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.